Hello everybody and welcome to Just Football. As I'm bringing you the latest transfer news from the DStv Premiership, I'm bringing you the latest on Percy, Thabo Cele, Lyle Lakay and more. Now if you're new on Just Football, kindly click on the subscribe button as we upload similar content every week. Now let's get on with the video. Now, first player I want to talk about is Lyle Lakay. Now, Lyle Lakay's move to Supersport United is edging closer, but from what I'm told at the moment, it looks like it's going to be another loan move for Lyle Lakay this season. We know his contract is coming to an end at Matlou at the end of the 2023-2024 season, but now the two teams are currently negotiating on a loan move for Lyle Lakay. Now, this is surprising because we know Supersport United wanted to get a Lyle Lakay on a permanent transfer. We know Matlou also want to get rid of the player. And also Cape Town Spurs wanted to buy Lyle Lakay outright, but now the decision has been made. Lyle Lakay wants to join Supersport United, and Supersport United are very keen on the player as he's going to be adding more experience in their squad as they try to challenge the CAF Confederations Cup, MTN 8, and also in the DStv Premiership. So let's wait and see how long it's going to take for this deal to happen, but it is expected that Lyle Lakay will become a new Supersport United player before the closing of the transfer window. So let's wait and see what will happen in the coming few days and weeks. But Lyle Lakay to Supersport United, that deal is still open and the two teams are still negotiating on terms. Now, still talking about Mamelodi Sundowns and their outgoings, I want to talk about Kutumela. Like I mentioned before, Kutumela has high chances of leaving Mamelodi Sundowns in this transfer window because conversations between the player and the club have been very, very direct. Kutumela has told the club that he wants to play consistent football and he feels at Mamelodi Sundowns his chances are going to be limited as they were limited in the previous season. So Kutumela wants to play consistent football because he also wants to be in the conversations for Hugo Broos when he's going to be making his squad selection for the 2024 AFCON campaign in Ivory Coast. So this is the player's position at the moment. He wants to play consistent football and he feels he will not be getting chances at Mamelodi Sundowns. And also Mamelodi Sundowns, they understand the player's position and now they are trying to find the best possible solution for the two parties, for Mamelodi Sundowns and also for the player side. So let's wait and see what they want to decide. We know Cape Town City and Amazulu are the two teams that are interested in Kutumela's services, and also there's not been an official bid from either of these teams. There's just only been conversations between Eric Tingler and Kutumela. That's what I've heard. Eric Tingler has been talking to the player, trying to convince him to come to Cape Town City. We know Cape Town City are a very attractive proposition. I think they are a very attractive project this season and also better than that of Amazulu. So it is likely that Kutumela will end up at Cape Town City come the end of the transfer window. So let's wait and see what is going to happen in this situation. Amazulu and Cape Town City, these are the two possible destinations at the moment for Kutumela. Still at Mamelodi Sundowns, I want to talk about Saavedra. Now, there is a complicated situation in the situation of Saavedra. The player is currently nursing a minor injury, and also we know he has to leave Mamelodi Sundowns because they have already exhausted their foreign quota, and this is apart from him. They already have 5 players except Saavedra, who they have registered this season, who are foreign players. So let's wait and see what is going to happen in that situation. Saavedra has high possibilities of leaving Mamelodi Sundowns. We know Stellenbosch FC are interested in the player, but now talks have not been opened between Mamelodi Sundowns and Stellenbosch FC. Now the reason behind that is because Stellenbosch FC have their own concerns because the player is now nursing an injury. They want the player to be fit. They will not take the risk of signing a player who is not fit from Mamelodi Sundowns and a player who is going to also be commanding a huge weight. So Saavedra to Stellenbosch FC, that move is on pause at the moment, but it's a move that may happen if the player becomes fit. But Stellenbosch FC will not take the risk of signing the player while he is on the injury list at Mamelodi Sundowns. So Saavedra has a very complicated situation on his hands. He knows at Mamelodi Sundowns it has not worked out, and also him getting a move this transfer window, it has become a little bit harder because of the minor injury that is currently nursing. So Saavedra, he may stay put at Mamelodi Sundowns or he may be released altogether because at the moment the injury is preventing any potential suitors from coming in with offers for his services. Now, next player I want to talk about is Percy. Now, there's been talks about Percy in the last few days. There's been a lot written about him because he was spotted at the game against KaizerChiefs, between Mamelodi Sundowns and KaizerChiefs. So Percy there is a chance that Percy may be coming back to South Africa to play for Mamelodi Sundowns. From what I'm told, Mamelodi Sundowns are trying to convince Percy to rejoin them, but at the moment, also talks are at an advanced stage between Percy representatives and Al Ahly. So Percy may have a big decision to make on his hands, but Mamelodi Sundowns are trying to lure Percy back to Glorkop. So let's wait and see what is going to happen in this situation. But Percy we know Al Ahly want to keep the player, and also the amounts that have been mentioned there are very staggering, very huge amounts. So Mamelodi Sundowns may have to match those amounts if they want to lure Percy back to Glorkop. But at the moment, from what I understand, Percy is not going to be moving back to South Africa. The player was just in the grounds because he's in South Africa, and this was one of the biggest games in South African football. So at the moment, nothing advanced from what I'm told, but I know there's been reports from Sokaladuma that there are talks are advanced between Percy and Mamelodi Sundowns. But from what I'm told, from the research that I've been making, and from all the sources that I've been checking out, there is nothing advanced between Percy and Mamelodi Sundowns. Percy is just a supporter or a fan of Mamelodi Sundowns, so he was just at the ground to support his former team. Nothing advanced, no talks. Mamelodi Sundowns are just trying that, they are just testing the waters, but the chances of the move happening are very, very slim. Percy to Mamelodi Sundowns, that deal does not look likely to happen. Also, Mamelodi Sundowns have too many options up front at the moment. They may not need a player like Percy at the moment, because Percy will be coming in. He want to start games, and they already have Costa up there who has been playing very, very well, and also they have Nasir who can come in and play. So who are they going to sacrifice if they want to sign Percy? So I feel, for me, it does not make sense, which is why I'm saying what Sokaladuma has reported about Percy I don't think it is right. Percy is going to be signing that new contract at Al Ahly. All evidence is pointing towards that, and the talks are advanced with Al Ahly. At Mamelodi Sundowns, they're only testing if a move can happen, but I don't think it is going to happen. Percy is going to be remaining at Al Ahly. Now, moving on, I want to talk about Thabo Cele to Amakhosi. Now, this has been a saga. It has been dragging. I know I have not been updating in this situation, especially this week, but I have a major update on the situation of Thabo Cele. From what I understand, Radomir Redom have communicated a price tag to Amakhosi, even though I've not been able to get my hands on that price tag, how much it is, but Radomir Redom have communicated that price tag. They are not going to be releasing the player. We know KaizerChiefs convinced the player to try and negotiate contract termination with Radomir Redom. Talks were positive from what I was told last week, but right now there's been a twist of events. Radomir Redom still want the fee in order to part ways with Thabo Cele. So KaizerChiefs may have to pay to get Thabo Cele, otherwise they are not going to be getting Thabo Cele on the free transfer. This is the current update. No free transfer for Thabo Cele to Amakhosi. KaizerChiefs have to pay a transfer fee. Radomir Redom have communicated their transfer fee to Amakhosi. So KaizerChiefs are aware of what is happening. We know they need an out and out number 6. They need that central defensive midfielder. So whether or not they will go all out for Thabo Cele, and also the amount, from what I understand, even though I've not got my hands on the exact amount, the amount is not that huge, because Thabo Cele only has 1 year left on his contract. His contract is coming to an end at the end of the 2023-2024 season. So Amakhosi need to pay. We know there was, like I reported before, there was no willingness at Amakhosi. They were not expecting to pay for Thabo Cele. So I don't know whether there is a budget actually to pay for Thabo Cele in order for him to join Amakhosi. But let's wait and see. The transfer window, we still have 20 days left, so let's wait and see what is going to happen. But Thabo Cele to KaizerChiefs is still a possible move that can happen in the coming few days and weeks. Radomir Redom have been open about the situation. They have communicated their price tag to Amakhosi. Now is about a response from KaizerChiefs. Let's wait and see how they will respond. Now, next player that I want to talk about still at KaizerChiefs is George Matlou. We know, I reported before, George Matlou has very high chances of leaving KaizerChiefs in this transfer window, but there's been a slight complication there because George Matlou has experienced a knock, a minor injury that has been nursing in the last few days. But at the moment, I'm told it is still possible that George Matlou is going to leave KaizerChiefs before the end of this transfer window. But that injury may complicate things because no one is going to be coming in for a player who is on the injury list. So let's wait and see. Look look out also for that situation of George Mathoho. He may be a player who is on the move from KaizerChiefs in this transfer window. Now, thank you very much for watching. Zanzi, give me your opinion on all the stories that I mentioned in this video. I mentioned Percy, George Matlou, Edwin Saavedra, Lyle Lakay, and more. Now, if you're new on Just Football, also kindly click on the subscribe button as we upload similar content every week, and also click a like on the video if you like this update.